Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we are in our new house. I'm getting back to the studies and to university topic, and I would like to give you my point of view on one specific topic, and this might be a bit controversial, why you should take a gap year. Alright, so as I recently finished my master's degree and I don't really have many job opportunities at the moment, I had a lot of thoughts regarding my university degree. And why am I speaking of gap years right now? I think it's kind of because I have a lot of people either starting universities or about to start universities in different degrees, and it gets me thinking about how I made decisions regarding my degree. I know that I could take more time to think about other options that I've had, and because I was rushing between one degree and another, I didn't really take this time to reflect on what I actually want to do in my life, especially that master degrees in UK don't necessarily need to be the same ones as you did on your bachelor degree. I could literally do some kind of completely different marketing, business, whatever, psychology degree as a master with my fashion design degree as a bachelor. Why I didn't? Well, I will tell you why. Because there is this kind of thing in Poland that you need to have a master degree, and most of the parents really want you to have this degree, and because of that they are just afraid that if you take a gap year between bachelor and master, you're not gonna come back. And that's not necessarily the truth, in my opinion, because I think that education is something we do for ourselves mainly. Of course, for specific circumstances you do it for specific jobs, but in terms of masters, you do it because you want to get somewhere with it. You want this degree to achieve something or for your own satisfaction, and having the pressure from your parents to do so is never really working well, because you're gonna suffer for these 2-5 years, whatever, and in the end you're not gonna enjoy the profession that you have, or you're not gonna be able to find a job because you didn't really want this profession in first place. I think this is a really specific thing about our educational systems, and I believe in Poland, UK, or wherever you are, it pretty much is the same, that we decide on what we actually want to do in our life really early in terms of age. So for example, in terms of Poland, you usually choose your high schools when you're 16, and you can obviously change it later. It gives you the direction, and later it gets difficult to reverse it after you already are in this path. So for example, after 3 years of high school, when you studied maths and physics, if you suddenly decide that you actually want to go for a law degree, it's not so easy to actually do it, because you can obviously take an extra gap year to prepare yourself for this degree and pass your exams once again from the specific subjects that are required. For me, this is the good part, and I think we shouldn't be really afraid of doing things like that, because sometimes we kind of go with the flow and we just choose these degrees because we want to study something. We've just finished high school, but we don't really know what to do. Like, how can you actually know what you want to do if you're like 18 or 19? You haven't really tried anything yet. You're going for a degree, getting this idea of like what the profession could look like, but how can you actually know whether you would like to do this or not? Over the course of universities, we often change decisions. We try things and we decide it's not for us. And this is something that is difficult to prevent, because obviously if you're not gonna try, you're not gonna know. Okay, so what do I mean by a gap year? So let's just say that here, after your A-levels, I guess you're around 18. In Poland, when you finish your high school, you're also about 18 years old. And if you're not sure what kind of degree you're going for, if you're not sure what do you want to do, and all of your friends are going to universities, they are applying for different subjects, and you're like completely confused and you're reading these subjects and you're reading these degrees and you're checking what kind of degree would work for you, and you have like at least 10 different options that could potentially be for you, but you're not really sure if they are for you. Like, you kind of like them, but you don't feel anything 100%. And then your parents kind of encourage you to try anyway and be like, oh, well, just, you know, if you like this or that, what subjects did you like? Oh, you liked master, okay, so yeah, go and try this one or that one. Of course it can work for you. Of course you can at some point agree that, yeah, this is a perfect subject for me and you're gonna enjoy. And if it does, that's great. But for me, if you're considering the gap year, if you're considering taking a break, thinking about it, maybe going for some courses, maybe having more time to go for open days at universities, maybe talking to people who already study these subjects and ask them how it looks like, because it can obviously be helpful as well. I would tell you, you should definitely do it. The same goes with choosing your master degree and moving from bachelor to master's. I know in UK it's different. In Poland it's kind of automatic that you're going from one to another, and you don't really, it's not even a discussion. It's like you literally finish your degree, you're applying for another one. It's like, that's it. Your parents will not even question this. But if you feel like maybe you want to do something different, maybe you want to try something else, maybe you feel like your degree is enough for you to, like, you know already what is going on in that profession, what you would probably do, but you would like to have a different perspective and you want to try something completely different and, you know, see yourself in this kind of thing, you should also do that. And because applications are really early and you don't really have much time to think about it or explore it, there's literally nothing wrong with postponing it. It's just 1 year of your life. It's nothing. Like, have a look at the situation in the world right now. I feel like most of us can feel like we've lost almost all of this year because nothing happened, we couldn't travel. This happens, and it's better to have this 1 year of experience, whether you're going to work and maybe you're gonna find something new during this time, or maybe this 1 year of working will make you realize that this is something you definitely don't want to do. Like, I had it when I was working in between years at university, when I went to Holland and I was working physically in field, and I definitely decided that I could not see my future like that. I cannot be a physical worker like this, because I was losing my brain and I felt like I'm regressing literally mentally. And I admire people who do that, I understand it, but at the same time I thought, okay, I have this opportunity to go and get a degree, why don't I do it? I really wouldn't see myself doing this kind of job for the rest of my life, because there's literally no progress there. There's no development. You're just literally repeating the same activity over and over again. And I wanted something that would challenge me. I wanted something that would give me something new almost every single day. That's why design felt intriguing for me, because it was a compilation of something artsy, something creative, but kind of technical and more practical, I would say, in a way that people actually wear it. What I'm trying to say is that if I was about to choose my master again, I wouldn't go straight after BA. I would take this 1 year, I would go to work, try maybe some internships. That's a really great idea. If you don't have to work, if you are in a financial position that you don't have to work, your parents will support you, try to have a conversation with them and tell them that you want to take this 1 year to try yourself in the specific profession that you're applying for, to try if this is something that you even want to study. Like, take your time to search for these degrees, to talk to people who study, and make sure that you are investing not even money, because money is one thing, but you're gonna spend from 3 to 5 or even more years if you're thinking of master degree you can spend up to 5 years doing something that you're not really sure if you're gonna like and want to do. That's kind of the absurd of this educational system, and I think it is really wise to think about it and make this decision, especially if you're not sure, because then we're ending up having so many people having degrees and working in completely different fields, in completely different professions than they studied, which obviously is nothing wrong, because the university is also an experience, and for many people going to uni is not mainly about the fact that they're gonna have this degree and they're gonna work like that. It's probably mainly the fact that you meet a lot of people, you party, you kind of learn, but not really. It's your first step into the adulthood, because you're quite often moving out from your house for the first time, right? So it's the whole thing. But at the same time, if you think about it, spending 3 to 5 years, let's say even 3 years of bachelor degree, and then deciding, no, I don't really feel like doing it, and I've already spent like £30,000 on it, I would really encourage you to have serious conversation with yourself or with your parents and think about it, whether it's a wise choice or not. I hope this video is helpful for at least any of you. If you have any friend that is struggling right now with degrees and decisions, please send it to them. Also, please subscribe to my channel, leave me the thumbs up and a comment. Tell me about your degrees experience. Would you change anything if you could reverse the time? Or if you're choosing university, do you know for sure what kind of uni? Because obviously if you're in this position when you know for sure I'm gonna be a doctor, I'm not talking to you, obviously, just to be clear. Like, I know you're going for it, that's great. I'm talking to people who are struggling with it. So yeah, please let me know, subscribe. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye bye.